Hello, everybody. My name is Aaron Rosari. I'm the local advisor at Coconino Community College for our Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society chapter, also referred to as Beta Gamma Chi. My co-advisors are Kim Shaw and Janan Scott, and we have a excellent leadership team in place of student leaders, the president being David Cassidy. But I'm here today to talk to you about a scholarship opportunity that Coconino's students, about two a year, win the scholarship. And it's a pretty significant one. It's the scholarship for the All Arizona academic team. And it comes with a full tuition waiver to any of the big three public universities. And depending on just how well one does in the competition to be on the team. You'll be awarded different levels of cash as well, but we'll get to that. So the purpose of this short presentation should be about 10 to 12 minutes, is to explain the scholarship, how to apply for it, the deadline, where to go, all that good stuff. So let's begin that journey now. Okay. So as you see, let me try and hit the slideshow. If I can't figure it out in 2 seconds, we'll just do it like this. Let me just, there we go. All right. So the scholarship in question is the All Arizona / All USA academic team. And I put and scholarship because it comes with a significant scholarship. So we want to know, what is it and how does one apply? Okay. Now, it's a national competition sponsored by Phi Theta Kappa, which is a national honor society for community colleges. Represents outstanding students enrolled in an associate degree or certificate program. And every year, including this year, 2 of our students are nominated out of a pool of applicants. So if you win the scholarship, this recognition includes a cash scholarship from a CCC in the amount of $500, $750, or $1,000, depending on statewide placement. There's like a first, second, and third team in the state. And also, more importantly, it comes with a full tuition scholarship from any of the 3 Arizona public universities, Arizona State, obviously NAU, and the U of A. Now, what are the eligibility requirements? So you must be enrolled through December of 2022 in a minimum of 6 credit hours of associate degree college level coursework. You must have at least a 3.5 GPA on all of your college level coursework in the last 5 years. So in other words, even if you went to multiple colleges over the last 5 years, your overall GPA, taking everything into account, would have to be a 3.5. And by December 31st, you have to complete at least 36 college level credit hours. And by August 31st of next year, 2023, so you have, the next spring semester and then the summer semester to do this, you would have to be up to 48 college level credits. Okay. Are there any things that could disqualify you? So you wouldn't want to waste your time applying. So if you have incomplete grades, that doesn't count toward the total credits you would need that were mentioned on the prior slide. It wouldn't count toward the 36 or the 48. So don't include those in your tally. If you've been nominated for this award previously, whether you won or not, there's no repeat nominations. If you have a suspension, probation, or other serious disciplinary record on your college record, um, then that would eliminate you. If you have a criminal record, unfortunately, and you must have permanent or temporary residency in the United States. Okay, moving along. Does one have to be a PTK member? And the answer to that is no. The scholarship application is open to all who meet the basic qualifications, but PTK membership opens one up actually to a broad variety of scholarships. Recent years, our own PTK members have won the Coca-Cola Leaders of Promise Scholarship and the Guistwright Scholarship. So if you want to join PTK, here's a link you can click on for more information, or you could email me at that email address. All right. When is the deadline? That's going to be midnight on Friday, November 18th, 2022. This is earlier than the PTK deadline of December 1st that you'll find when you follow the link in a later slide on how to get to where you apply for the scholarship. They have a December 1st deadline, but we need time as a scholarship review committee. We need time to nominate 2 candidates. So we need to get on looking at the applications by November 18th so we can figure out who we want to nominate from the pool of candidates at CCC. All right, how do I apply? Well, the link is here. So you go to just Google ptk.org and hit apply. And then this actually, sorry, let me rephrase that. You go to the following page on ptk.org and hit apply. So you want to just cut and paste this entire address into your browser and then kind of go from there. It'll get you directly to the right page. And it'll say All USA Academic Team, but that link does double duty. It also qualifies you when you apply for the All Arizona Academic Team. So don't worry that you won't actually see the words All Arizona Academic Team there. The link is perfectly valid for applying to that. All right. Okay. What do I need when I apply? Well, basically, you'll need a letter of recommendation from a faculty member, administrator, dean, employer, or professional at an organization where you volunteered. So just one letter of rec, and these are good sorts of persons to get that letter from. You'll need unofficial transcripts, which is good news because those are usually free, from the colleges you attended the previous 5 years. You'll need some proof of citizenship, and there's a link here if you want to follow that for details. And you'll have a 500-word essay on what they call a significant endeavor, which is very much the centerpiece of the application. And some of our next slides will cover that in detail. And you'll also want a summary of your volunteer work to answer some of those questions on the application. Okay. In some ways, the heart of the application is the significant endeavor essay. That might be overstating a little bit because, as you'll see in some of the following slides, there's also a lot of shorter essay questions, but it does carry a lot of weight. And just go ahead and read these questions, and I'll pause for a second while you do that. So what you're trying to figure out is You want to identify some sort of project you've been involved with before that had a broader community impact, an impact beyond yourself. And you want to kind of work your answers to these questions into the 500-word essay itself. All right, so just a little more reflection on this particularly important essay. Uh, Endeavors come in all shapes and sizes. They can have a local or global impact. You want to just choose one specific endeavor because you only have 500 words to work with. And a good example is these bottom two. So teaching a swimming class to a group of students after you almost drowned during a school picnic is good because you recognized others had a need. So that would be a significant endeavor. The more lasting the impact, the better the story. Merely tutoring doesn't leave a legacy for others, but setting up a mentoring or tutoring center would be an excellent endeavor. And that first one is an example of the sort of example not to use. So writing an essay about giving a persuasive speech in your oral communications class to overcome your fear of public speaking is not a good choice for a significant endeavor because it's too individually focused. Okay. Now, when you go through the application process, you're going to want handy your contact information. You want to be able to answer the eligibility questions from the prior slides. You want to be able to state your enrollment status, your intended graduation date, and the number of credits you'll have accumulated by December and by August 31st in accord with those prior slides. There's an essay question on like a much shorter one, on your major and your employment plans after college. So you want to be prepared to answer that question well. And if you've experienced any hardship in the last 6 months, so think of that ahead of time before you start the app. It's just easier to organize your thoughts if you don't feel rushed. Yeah, so you want to be thinking about that before there's a question on that. And you also want to list any awards, scholarships, dean's list, inclusions, grants, and recognitions. And you also want a summary of your volunteer activities with you so you can answer questions about volunteer work you've done. Now, besides the significant endeavor essay question, you'll also find about 5 shorter essays. Okay. So one of them, the wording's a little funny. It's that first one here. Who you are is intricately linked to past experiences and who you've known. Thinking about your life and experiences, explain what motivates you to succeed in who you are now. So again, you want to, before writing the essay, you might want to jot out a few notes to yourself, identify some of those life experiences, maybe some possible mentors who affected you, and be able to explain rather articulately in 250 words what motivates you to succeed. All right, another question you might encounter or will encounter is during the COVID-19 pandemic, how did you volunteer your time? So if you did any volunteer work during that time, that you have opportunity to mention that. There's 250 words you can spend kind of mapping out your career goal. I would encourage you to use all the words and be as detailed and specific as you can. That's more impressive to the nominating committee and then also the statewide team that'll be looking at your application. And finally, there's a question about leadership. It's been said that a great leader will have the passion to lead, not just the ability. What has your current involvement in volunteerism taught you about your passion for leadership? So yeah, so there you just want to take that in a direction of what sorts of projects are you particularly motivated to get your hands dirty with. Um, so as you can see, it's a pretty idealistic, idealism tinged application process. There's a high focus on volunteerism, a high focus on significant endeavor that impacted others, whether it was volunteer or not. Um, so be prepared for that. So if you're a particularly strong candidate for this scholarship, if you have a good bit of service in your back pocket that you can illustrate in an essay, and you'll do even better if you've had some significant leadership roles in relation to those service projects. Okay. Now, if you go to the link, you get started on the essays, and you find you have further questions, please email me. Once again, here's my email address. Yeah, so I wanted to keep this to about 10 minutes or so, just an overview of the sort of scholarship it is, what the requirements are, sorts of questions to anticipate so you're well prepared to answer them. But we can go more in depth one-on-one. Send me an email. We can set up a time to chat either live or on Zoom, and I can answer any questions you'd like. All right, thank you very much. Hope that was informative enough to get you started, but please reach out if it wasn't, and I hope to talk to you soon.